Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. I'm still sick, ladies and gentlemen. I'm much less sick than I was yesterday, and much less sick than I was the day before. Honestly, when I first got sick, you know, I started like this uncontrollable shaking. I was weird. I thought I was going to be like hashtag died suddenly. I was like, oh crap, really? Really? Is that what's going to happen? Well, no, thankfully not. Now, if I was going to die, right? If I was going to die a couple of days ago, it would be, I don't know, I'll be somewhat ambiguous about it on one regard, because would I be saved from Star Trek turning into complete shit again? Or would I miss more awesome Star Trek? I mean, listen, if ever I was seriously contemplating suicide before 2023, I would have gone back in time and told myself, oh, wait a minute, you want to hang out for Picard Season 3. I'm like, what? Season 3? Season 1 is gone. Season 3? I mean, no, really, you want to. So, I don't know, but look, there's a lot of bad signs going on. I mean, like, the way they treat the rest of Star Trek with legitimacy, when I say the rest of Star Trek, you got Picard, which was good, and you got Strange New Worlds, which I basically enjoyed, but man, they seem to be doubling down on every bad aspect of it. They put Lieutenant Lesbian Latinx much more central. I can't stand her character. Her character is specifically very masculine. It was like, you know, the flirty, masculine, pilot. It doesn't transfer, right? That doesn't transfer to women. I'm sorry, right? They're like a damsel in distress. Doesn't transfer to men. I mean, like, some roles just don't transfer. This role does not transfer at all. And, I was just listening to Tim Paul. And they were talking about, I don't know who the guest they had on, but somebody who not normally in the political sphere talks more about dating, right? And they're talking about marriage. And one of the people was saying, look, we have been sold over the last 50 years the idea of sex outside of marriage not being damaging to you, right? Being good for you, right? And I thought about it, I'm like, you know what? He's absolutely right. Don't get me wrong. Sex outside of marriage, pretty good. I mean, everybody likes sex. Like, I don't want to be a finger-waving proof, but if you just look at the metrics of it all, you want a happier life. Be a virgin when you get married and stay married to the same person when you're actually going to have better sex as well. I know it's counterintuitive, but that's true. You actually have better sex as well. So you have characters like this. Also, I like Nurse Chapel, right? I like Nurse Chapel. I think she's I think she's well played. But she's basically just horny all the time. Wants to shag everything. Doesn't want to get nailed down. This is all propaganda, right? This is all insane propaganda. Now I was able to get past it because the actual storytelling in the first season was very good, right? I found the stories genuinely enjoyable. I love the aesthetic of it. But if they crank up the balance, I'm worried. And also losing the engineer and replacing him with Carol Kane, I just don't think it's a good idea. But I was convinced beyond convinced there was no possibility whatsoever of Picard Season 3 being anything other than excruciating, right? Convinced that was the case. And I was completely wrong. So we don't really know. We live in this great, unsure time. That's essentially where we are. What will Star Wars do next? I guess we'll find out in, about a week or so, right? We'll have to see how the season progresses. I just find that Lieutenant Lesbian Latinx nails on a chalkboard. So much more now after this Pride Month, which ended after 4 days, and I think sparked a civil war, right? Between Muslim immigrants and Armenian immigrants and the Antifa and the LGBTQ plus, right? So I'm finding all these sexual attitudes which I don't think are beneficial to anyone, right? I genuinely don't think anyone is happier from being reinforced by current Star Trek, and I don't really like it, right? I don't think it's good for anyone, and I never had that feeling with Star Trek before, right? I guess they were very much into casual sex all the time. Remember the first season of Next Gen? Basically, I mean, like they didn't keep their clothes on. What's that planet they went to where everybody runs and they shag each other? Right? It was like the 6th episode. I'll take a chair. I'll go to Riser. Right? I understand. I understand. So like I like Star Trek. If you can just keep it in the bounds of normalcy for normal human beings that don't want to see their kids be twerked at by a 50-year-old man in a thong wearing heels. That'll be great, right? That's your sweet spot, Star Trek. I hope you go for it. Who knows what dare soon. Look, even if it does suck, I am hoping that the great Terry Matalas will win out. We'll get Star Trek Discovery. The Star Trek Academy crap will never happen. And I don't know, maybe the people at Strange New Worlds will sniff the change of wind on the air. One can only hope. Who knows or dares to dream? We will find out in the fullness time. Like, share, subscribe, everybody. That's what I'd like you to say. Like, share, so especially head over to Rumble. And subscribe there. Twitter, well, not Twitter. YouTube is dying. Dying. My subscribers are now, instead of going up, which have been steadily going up, are now going down, right? Because I don't give a shit about YouTube. Rumble is where it's at, baby. That's the algorithm I change. Although I still do the shorts because people like them, right? I don't really like what YouTube wants, but I know people like doing those 1-minute videos, so I'll carry on doing that. Anyway, I digress. Head over to Rumble, subscribe to me there, like, share, subscribe, comment. Also, if you're on YouTube, make sure you can still subscribe. That'd be great. That'd be fantastic. Subscribe to me anywhere, baby. It's free, okay? It's free, and I would like you to do it. It makes my life so much better. Thank you very much. Like, share, subscribe, comment. All those things fantastic. Now, let me hand over to you. I didn't even say where this is from. This is from a live stream on Saturday. Let's hand over to me from a live stream on Saturday night. Look, people are very perturbed about this crossover between Strange New Worlds and Lower Decks. I don't really think it matters, right? I think they don't think Lower Decks is. I think they say it's a bit of fun, right? That's what I think they think of it, right? Let me see if I can find this article. We wanted to get to this for a long time. And I'm sure it's on cbr.com. No, really, it's not on. Maybe. See, I thought it was in Screen Rant, and I was wrong. Right? Okay. Oh, there it is. Found it. Got to get to this article. Before we get to this article, pure insanity, let's do a trailer reaction, which I can't believe came out a week ago. I didn't know about it. That was during that Jewish holiday. Strange New World Season 2, which I am actually genuinely excited about. Why do I need to be told the trailer's starting now? That just annoys me. Okay, the thing I've always loved about Strange New Worlds are the visuals, right? That's what drew me into it. It's this recreation of this very classic look in a very modern way. I really love it.
You're gonna start the engine sometime soon, Erica?
Yeah, she's the only character I don't like.
Don't worry, I did this 100 times during the war. It's like riding a bike.
Yeah, okay, you shouldn't have that character front and center. She's not fun, right? She's like hey, fly. It's a very masculine character, and it really doesn't work in a woman. I'm sorry to be, honest and brutal. It doesn't work in a woman, right? It's just the way it is. This is beautiful. I mean, this is just stunning. Let's look at that again. Holy shit. I mean, like that. That's worth putting up with her.
I sense a tension.
And she was excellent. I have to tell you, written like a Mary Sue, brought to life and given dimension by this great actress who I have no idea what her name is, right? But she really, really gave this character depth and dimension and made me care about her. And I love it was so well written, right? It was so well written how you got how you got her arc, how she decided to go to communications. I freaking loved it. Okay, that was it. That was excellent.
The feeling that something's in the air.
Oh my God.
Our job puts us up against death. And we might not like it.
Oh, there's a bit of Kirk. So this one, what's her name? Chong. What's her first name? Can't remember. The lady with the hair. Yeah, she needs a new grow of hair. I know. Yeah. Well, if you got your side of your head shaved, it's a lesbian thing. Keely Chow, how you doing? Yeah, exactly. I call her Lieutenant Lesbian Latinx, right? So again, the only way to like this show is to understand that it's not Star Trek, right? It's not like, the original Star Trek. It's not the same universe, not connected, right? It is whoever it is it was Akiva Goldsman's take on Star Trek. It's what was inspired by it. It's a different universe. It's completely in a different universe, right? It's just the way it is. It's an alternate. It is an alternate reality, right? It always was an alternate reality. But I liked his take on it, right? I always wanted to see Quentin Tarantino's Star Trek, right? Because I want to see his take on it. I would love to see I don't know what's his name, Christopher Nolan's Star Trek, wouldn't you? Right? And just do wouldn't that be great? You give these great movie makers show me what you would do, what you would do with Star Trek, and that would be fantastic, right? I'd like to see. Can you imagine in the 90s we got Tim Burton Star Trek? That would have been bizarre, right? But Otay will soon. Kurtzman wouldn't admit it, but wouldn't admit what? That they're in the different. No, of course they're going to. It's ridiculous to pretend they're in the same universe, right? It's like saying Westworld, the TV show for the last few years on HBO Max, is in the same universe as Westworld, the movie, or even Westworld, the future world, was it, the TV show? Right? They're not, right? The Battlestar Galacticas are in separate universe, although they may be related, right? They may well be related, right? So this character, what's her name? The security chief was at the edge of being annoying, right? But she's actually managed to pull it off quite well. And here's the thing. I try to judge everything in the as it's presented to me, right? I try and remove my personal baggage from it. And I also found that was very helpful with the Star Trek as well. If you remove your personal baggage, it really, really does make it a much more enjoyable experience. The Kirk is ridiculous. Okay, no, let's just be. I love the episode, but the Kirk is like Jim Carrey's Kirk. It's ridiculous.
But we do have to face it. Hold on to yourself.
Okay, this looks great though. I think he was great. I liked his style of captaincy, and I like the old schoolness of it.
Hold on to your saddles.
We are.
That looks awesome. I'm sorry, that looks freaking awesome. That Nurse Chapel, she is a standout in the season as well, right? Her and the relationship with Spock and Spock's relationship with T'Pring, freaking awesome.
We are explorers. It's easy to forget how awesome that is.
That's the mission. It's what we love most.
And the Doctor was very good as well. Oh, we get a bit of Klingon action.
I have this crazy theory.
I love a crazy theory.
What does this mean?
I don't know. Shut up.
This sounds cool. I'm just into it. I'm sorry. I'm genuinely into it. And look, we had a much more emotional Spock in the cage, so they're riffing off that.
Do you know the odds of all of us being here at this time? It's improbable, and yet here we are, together.
Okay, I am scared it's edging towards Discovery Schmaltz. I will judge it in its own merits, okay? Klingons no more. That's true.
Surprise.
Live long and prosper, Mr. Boimler.
You also live and...
Again, look, I mean, the cartoon's stupid, okay, and it's disrespectful Star Trek, and I can't stand the star of it. I mean, like, I can't stand the main character, right? That's just the worst human being in it ever, right? It makes Michael Burnham look like watchable in some way. All right. But then again, so listen, we have to see how crazy things can get, ladies and gentlemen, which means we head over to here. Star Trek Picard, the greatest thing to happen to Star Trek since Picard himself. Okay, let's be clear. The greatest, is it the greatest thing to happen to Star Trek? It's the greatest thing to happen to Star Trek since... I mean, I think it's better than First Contact. Okay, I think it's the best thing that happened to Star Trek since Next Generation. Honestly, right? It's the thing that gave something dead new life, right? It absolutely is. Biggest mistake was ditching these two characters. Are you out your fucking mind? Biggest mistake. And I forgot how much they were in it, right? I started rewatching it. And I forgot how much what a presence they are in it, right? Which is really bizarre. Well, I mean, like, at least she is, right? She was so front and center in the first episode before they pack her off, right? And before it turns into real Star Trek. Okay, Star Trek, and what's his name? I mean, listen. That they forget the whole Quat Ma'ot, the all-female assassins that only take on hopeless causes. I mean, how fucking stupid is that? They'll all be dead. I'm going to take on this hopeless cause of shooting myself in the face. Bam! Oh, I lost. Right? Morons. Star Trek Picard's final season was many a TNG's fans' dream come true. Many a Star Trek fans' dream come true. Oh, morons. From the arena of the Enterprise D to the return of the Federation's deadly enemy, the Borg. I'm enjoying watching the early parts as well. I like the redemption of Raffi, for example. Oh, man, it's just annoying me. The redemption of Raffi as a character. I was dismissive of her arc initially, and there was some good stuff in it. I love not the Klingon, the underworld. I love the Vulcan crime boss. I love the Ferengi crime boss, right? I thought that was great, and I kind of dismissed it because I was more interested in the TNG crew. But the whole thing is good, right? The whole thing is good. From Federation, there was plenty to get excited about. Even the addition of Jack Crusher, the son of Picard, the son Picard never knew it had, struck a chord with fans. It was so well written as well because the confrontation between Beverly and Picard was stunning, right? And it was one of the many stunning scenes within lots of stunning scenes. Really, it's just fantastic. So it wasn't just the member berries. It was that it was freaking awesome, mate, right? It was awesome, awesome. There was one missing element throughout the season. What was that? It being shit, apparently. Because season three Picard felt for fans and the cast of Star Trek Next Generation like coming home again. Two important characters from the first season, however, were missing. Yeah, fuck off, bye. They were useless. And their absence were left a hole in the emotional core of the show. No, there was no emotional core with them. They weren't characters. They were just shit, and they were right to write them out as fast as fucking possible. Anyway, he was killed on Not Defiant. What's the? It was on Excelsior, wasn't he? Fine, let's go. What's more, their presence in the farewell season will have taken away from Picard's. Wouldn't have taken anything from Picard's old crew. Okay, what's name was in it? Laris was in it, you dumb cunt. Right? Indeed, their participation in the harrowing finale for those heroes of the Federation would only have made it more entertaining. Now, you got to understand, we thought everything that came before was shit. Like shit beyond shit beyond shit beyond shit. It was like a shit had a shit. It was that shitty. Unbelievably shitty. Right? So this was interesting. This was the first episode of season 2 where they're saying, oh, let's try and make it like Star Trek again. This is clearly Terry Matalas's influence. Right? And by far the strongest episode of the season, where it actually pretended to be Star Trek. Throughout seasons 1 and 2, Picard, Jean-Luc found his way back to the Federation, found a new family, and they were shit. Like the whole Star Trek immigration was shit. For God's sake. That family included a young Romulan named Elnor, a former assassin turned Starfleet officer. So again, this is somebody who has only learned to write by reading Wikipedia bios. Right? Former assassin turned star. It's shit. Oh. It's all Picard as a father figure. Picard couldn't give a shit. Leave him alone. Right? Over the years, Jean-Luc Picard and Elnor came into and out of each other's lives. Their bond was no, it wasn't. Okay, you want to remove all memories of season 1 and 2 because let me just recap. They were shit. They were super duper duper shit. Oh my God. It was a familial bond that inspired the young Romulan to first join Starfleet. No. The what inspired the young Romulan to join Starfleet was how shit season 1 was. And clearly it was Terry Matalas giving it. Why don't we try and do this and this for season 2 and see how it goes, right? Why don't we put them in stuff? Why don't we just go old school Star Trek? It's like, well, okay, that sounds crazy. Let's give it a go. And then you can use that as a bait. And that's how he must have pitched it. He use that as a platform to launch off into your Star Trek immigration bullshit that you want to do in present day, right? But at least have Star Trek be there. And then, of course, they turned it into shit because they were morons. Jean-Luc also learned to let go of a lot of fear that it held him back his entire. No, none of that landed. Okay, all that felt false because let me just reiterate this. I don't think we can reiterate it strongly enough. It was shit. Oh. His longtime friend worked for Picard on the family vineyard, and then they started stripping each other when her husband died, I think. That was clear from the beginning that Jean-Luc harbored feelings for Laris. Well, look, she was a hot, Irish lady. What do you want out of me? Irish lady Romulan. Very, very passionate. Something seemed to hold him back. It took the intervention of Q of a dying Q, who they reversed as well. To face the childhood trauma that okay, how'd you honestly, how'd you give any of this like mind-melting shit any credence whatsoever? Star Trek Picard 3 appealed to next generation at a cost. What, the cost of success? Fucking boy, how long is this? Okay, we can keep going. Okay. Oh yes, the cost of what? What was this massive cost? What was the downside? Right? Tell me the downside of not being shit. Of this fucking awesomeness. You tell me the downside. There's much to be said about the stellar finale of Star Trek Picard. Yes, there is, like Il Stellar. It only brought back. It not only brought back beloved next generation crew, but also found a way that allowed each character to shine, showcasing the paths their lives had taken. So, yes, excellently, and I really love that they were all the same characters, but they were older, right? Yes, again, Again, you're not really making your argument, darling. What was it allowing the show how they've in their final appearance of Star Trek, as they reunited to face what turned out to be their ultimate common enemy, the Borg. They even took their stations on the bridge in their old cherished home, Enterprise. Yes, this reunion season ran the emotional gamut from touching to heartbreaking to hilarious. From moment Picard and Riker got back together to assess the threat Dr. Crusher was facing to the Federation's crew in the to the final poke game. Overall, it was very satisfying. Okay, again, doesn't sound like there's much cost going on here, mate. Right? Except for the absence of two members of Picard's new. No, nobody gave a shit. Okay, nobody was tuning in for them. You've got to understand this, right? If you like them, you're a weirdo. Oh, and just let's be 100% clear. If you like them, you are strange. You're a strange person, right? And you shouldn't be let near, I don't know, any opinion journalism. That's for sure. If Elmer was like a son to John Luke, he wasn't. It was fake. Like, he wasn't. Wouldn't it have been wonderful if he and Jack could have met? No. He was on the Excelsior when he was killed by the Borg. Okay, end of story. He's dead, baby. He's dead. He's dead, Jim. He's dead. Zed's dead, baby. Zed's dead. You got to understand. Dead. And buried, and good for that. Okay, fine, he wasn't. What about Laris and Dr. Crusher? No, they actually filmed the scene, but they cut it out because fuck off, Laris. Who cares? What would it been because you and old lovers have been like awkward? Would there be some jealousy, or would the two have bonded over their mutual love? What the fuck are you talking about? What? Okay, what? Okay, how old is this guy? Matthew Shear. What the fuck? Oh, yeah. Yeah, your exes always get along. What the? 32 articles published. Professional writer, amateur actress, singer, lifelong pop culture geek. Don't get him started on Star Trek, Star Wars, Farscape, DC Comics, or MCU. And the Muppets unless you have an afternoon today. So, okay, I don't want to hear your opinions. In his first book, After Mask, a Mr. N mystery is available on Amazon. Leave us alone. Let's look at his Facebook page. Oh, After Mask. Right. This is just where he publishes stuff. Okay, fine. Leave us alone. Let's go back. No, over here. Fine. There we go, doink. Fine. So yeah, no. Would there have been jealous? Who cares? Would they have bonded? Are you out your fucking mind, mate? Would Wolf have been bothered by his former Captain Romulan companion? Perhaps he would have been, or maybe he would have moved. No, he would have moved on. He wouldn't even mention it. With Elnor as a fellow Warwick, no, with Elnor. Sadly, these questions, it's not sad, okay? It's none of this is sad, right? I think if he could have afforded it, he probably would have done it as well. Terry Metalis seems very gay, okay? And I like to be left lingering, even if a Star Trek spin-off picks up where Picard left. Yes, because, okay, I want to be clear. What did Picard say that everything before it failed? Star Trek Picard Last Generation teases us all with all new event aboard the Enterprise F. Captain by 7 in line with Jack Crusher as part of the crew. Though Star Trek is largely about moving forward. TNG, several guest casts from TOS, so it's perfectly possible. Yeah, no, we want legacy. We want Star Trek legacy. Oh God, dude. I don't know what you're thinking, mate. Okay. My name's Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.